cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
When the Titanic sank, it carried millionaire John Jacob. The money in his bank account was enough to build 30 Titanics. However, faced with mortal danger, he chose what he deemed morally right and gave up his spot in a lifeboat to save two frightened children. Millionaire Isidore Strauss, co-owner of the largest American chain of department stores called Macy's, who was also on the Titanic, said, "I will never enter a lifeboat before other men." His wife Ida Strauss also refused to board the lifeboat, giving her spot to her newly appointed maid. She decided to spend her last moments of life with her husband on the sinking ship. These wealthy individuals preferred to part with their wealth and even their lives rather than compromise their moral principles. Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, just a few weeks back, we completed the Lent season where most Christians gave up on something, a craving maybe, an indulgence, in order to utilize the accumulated resources for the needy, the church, or a fruitful, useful task. In the four Gospels, Jesus tells us, "As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." Jesus tells us there is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. He did exactly that. He laid down his life for us, people he never knew, and yet called friends. Jesus first laid down his life in heaven to come to our world to help us learn. Then he laid down his life on earth and allowed himself to be crucified for our salvation. Jesus also told us, "I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." The life of a good shepherd is a careful and very active one. A shepherd must know each sheep individually. He must clear paths every day for the sheep to walk. He must lead the sheep to good pastures, and he must protect them from dangers and predators. At night, the sheep are gathered in a pen for safety. If the shepherd is aware of danger or predators in the area, he will sleep across the gate to the pen. The shepherd puts himself at risk so no harm will come to his sheep. The shepherd literally lays down his life for the sheep. Jesus takes on this role, knowing, guiding, leading, and protecting us, and even dying for us. I don't think Jesus is asking us to follow him by literally dying for one another, but he is asking us to consider how we respond to the needs of others and give up part of our lives for the benefit of others. Think of parents who give us sleep, time, and money to lovingly raise their children. Think of all the nurses and healthcare workers who serve to the point of exhaustion, mentally and physically, to fight the COVID pandemic and save our lives a few short years back. Think of the essential workers who carry out their jobs quietly and allow themselves to be potentially exposed to a lot of harmful things in the society. These people are willing to put themselves at risk, to put their lives aside to benefit others without weighing the risks and costs to themselves. So, how do we respond to the needs of others around us today? Can you and I bring food to a hungry neighbor in need? Do we know someone who lives alone and would appreciate a phone call? Do you and I support our local small businesses that are struggling to survive? In the week ahead, let's ask ourselves, if Jesus could lay down his own life for us, what part of my life can I give up for others? When you lay down your life a little each day, you are modeling Christ-like grace. You are sharing love. You are becoming more like Jesus. And what could be better than that? Let's think a minute. May God bless you all.
And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners